FCT minister today was involved in a tense confrontation with soldiers over a disputed parcel of land allegedly belonging to a retired military officer in Abuja. Conflicting court orders deepen PDP tension as an Abuja court is now halted convention to hold in Ibadan. Or your court has ordered it to proceed. A warm welcome to all of you wherever you may be watching. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I am Sean Kimale here in Abuja. I'm bringing you some of your top stories in the land. Let's begin with one of your top headlines today, as we saw it in Abuja, where the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, was seen today in what has become a viral video all over the social media and, of course, making major headline, an intense confrontation, and a video circulating shows the minister being stopped by some military personnel from accessing a site, leading to a heated exchange between a security detail and the soldiers. In the footage, Wike is seen stepping into a diffuse situation where he was seen separating a security detail from the soldiers after tempers are fled between a military officer apparently acting an order to stop anyone from entering into a land which is in dispute, and the FCT minister is on the ground with his officials to implement their own side of the policy of the ministry. Let me allow you to listen to the exchange. Then thereafter, the minister spoke about the incident.
Are you the one? Listen, you don't believe you have. Are you the one that will say paper? What will show me that you are good? First of all, show me that government gave you this place. Sir. Show me that you have an approval to build what you are building. It's not to do with I'm a vice admiral, I'm a lieutenant general. That is not it. We must work according to law. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Order matters. I'm an officer. I take to orders.
So what? You had a who? Than me.
I'm an officer. I take to orders.
To order that you take it.
Okay, Mr. General.
Okay. You can never develop this property. I will not allow it.
No problem, sir.
I'm
only acting on my orders.
If you want to kill everybody, kill everybody.
We will not kill
you
anybody.
Cannot.
We will not. We will not kill anybody.
You put yourself in trouble.
We will not.
My friend, you see.
Hey, you are taking with us. You don't have any.
I'm not the kind of security to intimidate you. You are primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Which order? You see whatever you love this here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Where are you going to be?
I'm not a fool, sir. I'm an officer.
You would have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
FCT minister there in an intense conversation with the military officer over a disputed land in Abuja. Let's check out some of your political roundup stories, and I have some more to tell you. It's become a messy situation. One mess, one day for the People's Democratic Party. We'll be unveiling what has become a camp this time around. Maybe a dustbin of mess. This legal mess, how can the party get out of it? We'll be hearing tonight. But first, your political roundup stories.
Another Senate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Senator Jaribe Agum Jaribe, representing Cross River North, has officially defected to the APC, further strengthening the ruling party's majority in the Senate to 77 out of 109 seats. Jarigbe's defection was formally announced during plenary after the Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin read his letter of resignation from the People's Democratic Party on the Senate floor. With his defection, the APC now controls all 3 senatorial seats in Cross River State. Former Abia State Governor and Senator representing Abia North, Senator Orji Uzokalu, has stated that President Bola Tinubu will face little or no opposition in the 2027 presidential election, declaring that the contest will be Tinubu versus Tinubu. The senator spoke earlier today to members of the Senate press corps, where he said the APC remains firmly rooted across the country and continues to enjoy massive grassroots support. Meanwhile, leaders of the People's Democratic Party in Ekiti State have warned the party's Southwest and national leadership against overturning the outcome of the primary election that produced Dr. Wole Oluyede as the party's governorship candidate for the forthcoming Ekiti governorship election. The former deputy governorship candidate of the party, Deji Oguntaki, alongside other stakeholders, urged the leadership to respect the will of party members. A coalition of civil society organizations in Abuja are asking President Tinubu to immediately suspend the proposed 15% tariff hike on imported petrol and diesel, as they warn that the policy will create monopoly in the petroleum sector and further worsen the economy. Convener of the coalition, Mr. Ezenwa Wagu, argued that the proposed tariff should be suspended until domestic refining capacity reaches at least 80% of domestic demand. Lastly, dozens of protesters from Kano State today occupied the National Assembly gate in Abuja, protesting an alleged refusal to confirm a nominee of President Tinubu for the office of Chairman and Chief Executive of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, Mr. Ramat Abdullahi. The protesters in enormous carry placards calling on the Senate President and the Deputy Senate President to act on a report of the screening committee, which allegedly cleared the nominee.
There you have it. You've been up to speed with your political roundup stories. Well, let me also tell you that earlier today in Abuja, there was a meeting of some eminent Nigerians. Among them is the presidential candidate of the SDP, Mr. Adewale Adebayo, who is asking President Bola Tinubu to end terrorism or resign instead of the ongoing debates on whether or not there is a genocide of Christians in Nigeria. The SDP presidential candidate was among the special guests alongside former Minister of Education, Mrs. Obi Eze-Kwesili, former Governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, who conversed the need for citizens to rise and push for needed reforms to change Nigeria's political landscape.
Let us put fire to the feet of our government to protect us. Let us be grateful to international community talking about us. But if we, as I prefer, decide to solve the problem at home, Muslim, Christian, enemies, whatever, we must come together. You cannot deny, there's no way I can be told to deny that certain communities in Nigeria feel genocided and attacked. Why do I say so? It's a subjective thing. I've met with also leaders of certain ethnic groups in certain places. I've had Fulanis telling me that in certain communities, the other groups want to kill them. And they're running after their cattle, roasting their cattle, trying to kill them. So in Nigeria, the question of whether there's genocide or not is not a debate that the government can be discussing. If your people are losing their lives in dozens, you already failed the primary assignment of governance, and we should not waste our time debating the issue. The solution to that problem is that President Tinubu can use the bullet to kill the terrorists or use the pen to resign.
Stronger penalties for electoral offenses. Current penalties are often too weak to deter violations. Increasing fines and jail terms for vote buying, result falsification, and violence would strengthen deterrence. Number 3, clear authority over security agencies. They've become one of the greatest problems of our democracy. INEC should have explicit legal authority to direct security agencies assigned to them during election, ensuring that they respond to electoral needs rather than political pressures.
The outcome of this discussion will not cause electoral reform.
what will cause electoral reform is not only that you should vote, is that you go against those who will stop you from your result being announced. It happened in Lagos. So when you say the president is invisible, he is not invisible. I've worked with him and know him. When you say the results are already written, they are helping to fuel that conversation so that it won't come out. You get the point? If you come out en masse, nobody will write any result. So, seize this action is necessary. Don't wait for those who say they are wanting. I've said about NSC, I've talked about ASU, I've talked about NAS. They are no longer in existence. We must agree as a people that we must resist just very few Nigerians who are just enriching themselves. They are politicians, they are contractors. You can't be a politician and a contractor. You have to choose one.
All right, then. Let's get to our major conversation for tonight. So, an Abuja High Court has restrained the People's Democratic Party from holding its national convention built for Ibadan in Oyo State between the 15th and the 16th of this month. The court also barred the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from supervising or monitoring or even recognizing the outcome of the convention if held. Peter Lifo, the presiding judge, issued the order earlier today while delivering a ruling in an application filed by former governor of Jigawa, Sule Lamido. Mr. Lamido has sued the party for allegedly denying him the opportunity to buy the chairmanship nomination form to enable him participate in the convention. Let's get straight to the matter tonight. You know the implication, and let's look at what this means. I'm just going to be getting straight into the matter, and we know how to hit the nail on the head. Eddie Olorogun Olafeso is our former PDP Deputy National Chairman, Southwest. He's live for us on the program tonight from Akure. And he's of the opinion, he's on the side of those who want the convention to happen and those who think that all is all right. But in all of this, it does look like hopes of some of you are now dashed with his court order, considering a clashing or a conflicting court position that we have seen in the Federal High Court in Abuja and the High Court in Ibadan, or your state.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak on this once again. The restraining order from the Federal High Court today against the scheduled convention of 15 and 16 in Ibadan of our party, the People's Democratic Party, did not come as a shock for us. A group, they are focused on ensuring that they destroy the party completely, but we will not allow it. The good will prevail over the evil. And I believe that it is the climax of judicial rascality for this to have happened just a few hours, if I may say, 4 or 5 days to the convention. Justice Lifu's order to set is another shift and another attack on constitutional democracy that all of us, both lawyers, judiciary, civil society, NBA and NGC must save this country from a situation that we find ourselves in. But for us at the PDP, we are aware of the fact that this is the pain of childbirth. No matter what they throw at us, we will use it as an energy to move forward to the 15 and 16. And the convention in Ibadan will hold, no doubt. So we are very, very confident, and they can no longer unsettle us because we are ready, and this convention will hold.
How can the convention hold? First and foremost, you talk about judicial rascality, but there are those who will say, oh, well, hold on a minute. There was the first court order, the court position was 3 of the leaders of the party, one from Imo, another one from Abia, had gone to court to say the convention should not hold. There was a position of the court to say that the convention should not hold. Then there was a court order from in Ibadan, which says it should go. Those who are arguing that is in fact the judicial rascality because it's an order against the ruling of the court. And when the court has given its position on the matter, another court is ruling on it.
You see, a superior court already ruled over the issue of administration of political parties in whatever they do, their convention, their congresses. And the Supreme Court is very clear about this, especially in the Plateau governorship election. And that is a law. And anything contrary to that is not just right within the context. And for us, we are very confident that the more we pursue this, and we're ready to pursue it to a logical conclusion. Nobody is stopping us anymore with this kind of arrangements. I'm sure that they eventually will face what they're trying to avoid. Why are they afraid of the convention in the battle? Because they know for sure that they are contravening section 57, 58, and 59 of our constitution, and they are going to be brought to book. This party has come to stay, and nobody can stop us. So the truth is that we know of these court justices that are out in line with the Supreme Court judgment delivered not quite long ago. So, whatever anybody is trying to do is, shopping for judgment, and it will not deter us from ensuring that we...
Let me ask you, Ologun, let me ask you, why do you think anyone wants to stop this convention? To what end? Why would they want to stop?
Thank you for that question. They make promises. Even Governor Sule Lamino said that he will stay in PDP and work for the coalition. And the federal minister for Federal Capital Territory said that he is supporting another party for the 2027 election. They are not silent about where their interest and loyalty is. What baffles us is the level of their rebellion against this party, and at the same time, the kind of conspiracy to destroy the same party that brought them from obscurity to the limelight they found themselves. Many of them were not known until they became governors, became, what they are now using to fight the party. But the majority, millions of supporters of the People's Democratic Party will not allow this. I'm so energized moving forward, like many of our colleagues, that this cannot happen. The truth must prevail. Justice must prevail. They have the agenda. The agenda is not for the people. It is to entrench one party state, and it cannot augur well for our country, neither can it augur well for the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Give me a moment, Dr. Ediola Fayose. Let me get another opinion on this matter. I'm being joined now from Lagos by a former governor of Ekiti State, Governor Ayodele Fayose. Governor Fayose, thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight on the program.
Thank you very much, Hugh, and good evening, Nigerians.
I was pleasantly surprised. I saw you in, was it Ota, with former President Obasanjo? That's interesting.
Well, Hugh, I am 65. There will be no politics in heaven. What you need to put right today, put it right. What you need to put out right tomorrow, put it right. I put a call to President Obasanjo about a week ago and said, I would like to visit you. And graciously he said, oh, Ayo, Mbolowa. I said, I'm in Lagos. Mabo. And I asked for the appointment he gave me on Sunday. Graciously, I was there. Like you would imagine, you'll be disappointed because it was too open to receive me and some of my children and allies that traveled there with me. And I want to tell you it was a good time, very good time with the former president. I was happy enough that we made up because nothing lasts forever.
All right. It's interesting that for those of us who knew how tough time, some of the tough times you had with former President Obasanjo when he was president and you were governor of Ekiti State, and some of the interesting scenarios that played out in Adukit. But that's not the agenda or the topic for tonight. It's about your party, PDP. I particularly called you and I said to you that earlier today, that the mess in which your party has found itself, and I was so subtly begging some of you on television about the danger and implication of PDP collapsing totally. Now, what intrigues me is the fact that there is a substantive judgment of court where 3 leaders of the party, one chairman from Abia, another from Imo, they went and obtained, and I have a judgment of court on that matter. Here there was a court order in Ibadan, another ex-party order now in Abuja. What kind of mess has your party found itself?
Well, Sheun, let me thank you. Today, I was on this program about 3 weeks ago. And when you asked me to come, and I said, Sheun, I'm not a member of Channels TV. And you said this is a very important concern. You want me to throw light. And I hope you will allow me to do that. Well, I said it repeatedly on this program. And I've been able to tell Nigerians, not Sheun Okinbalue, the challenges confronted by a party whose big eggs, big players jump out of the waters. That clearly shows you the challenge of a PDP. And who is going to cure Jerusalem? Who is going to save Jerusalem when the people that are supposed to save Jerusalem has jumped out of the waters? That is a story for another day. And I said to you about a year ago that the PDP is in trouble. And if you don't find that solution on time, the party will be dead. And the party is dead. Now, the party is dead. Again, with all respect, my name is Fayose, popularly known as Oshokomole. Some people call him Peter the Rock. So I had to tell you the hard truth. And I want to say to you, Sheun, nobody in this country today has come to confront me to say, Fayose, you said this 10 years ago. You are saying it again today. Nobody. I'm yet to have that. PDP is in trouble. The trouble has gone bad, and they are in comatose. Let me go to your question. Sheun, have you ever heard in the judicial system, so to speak, that a state high court will hold a brief and say that they are representing the Court of Appeal, no matter how bad the case? Now, I recall that when the CJ issues like this came up in Rivers, what the other state, Cross Rivers and all that, the court of, the NJC disciplined the judges. They took it personal against them. Then when a matter is before a court, no matter how bad judgment, you don't agree, you don't have to agree. The Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal will sort it out. Now the judge in Oyo State has now sat on an appeal on the Federal High Court, when has the State High Court become an appellate court for a Federal High Court? If you open the doors, INEC will take all crap judgments from the State High Court. The Oyo State High Court does not have a jurisdiction. I remember very well that these things were published in about 4 national dailies. And they were 23 pages. They were published so that nobody will claim I'm not aware. There's no innocence. You can't claim innocence when you commit crime. The judge of Oyo State went into the matter and compromised even the matter without listening to it and grant an ex parte. Sheun is not even stylish. Even if they help you to get to that position, you must remember your future. You must remember your children. You must remember what it takes to be a judge in Nigeria. The judge went ahead and compromised the matter and went straight to grant another order to actually compromise the whole case. Let me come to tell you, this judge, Justice Akintola, will remember the same CJ. I want you Nigerians to listen to this. I'm not a judge. I'm not a lawyer. The same judge, the case was signed by Justice Yerima to that judge, because when you file a matter, the CJ assigns the case to you. Sheun, I want you to listen for 2 minutes, and Nigerians. This same Justice Jerima was relieved of her position as an ordinary judge of Oyo State High Court when she went as far as reviewing the judgment of the Supreme Court in December 2006 on issues of eligibility of the late Governor Kala. Within 2 weeks, this judge, in 2014, this judge quickly took a position and tell all parties to maintain status quo on a judgment issued by the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court went further to call it a judicial misbehavior, a court of a lower court, a matter decided by the Supreme Court. The same judge found her way back to the judiciary after the 2 years. She was out of the judicial institution for 2 years. Find her way back and was appointed by the governor of Oyo State in 2003. Why would you not expect this? If somebody has given you an opportunity to be CJ, must you do criminality with the office of a CJ? And I've heard, when the CJN won all judges on issuing an ex parte, we have cases in Ekiti. They will tell our lawyers that the matter has been referred to Abuja. We can't just grant ex parte. When we file ex parte with it, you have to wait. On the far-reaching implications of recklessness of judicial officers, which is in the case of the CJ of Oyo State, who assigned this case to Justice Akintola. Justice Akintola, and I want you to listen to this, please. Justice Akintola will be retiring in less than a year. And I have heard quietly, somehow, that he said, if I go, they can't discipline a retired judge. Then I would no more be a judicial official. I can't be disciplined. Is this why he sat as an appellate court on a federal high court? I'm not going into what the federal high court said. I'm saying on the same matter of the convention. The federal high court that has jurisdiction said everybody must follow that instructions of going to do congresses in the necessary place, gave specific instructions. You went ahead and made an order contrary to the federal high court. Now, let me go a little further. When you make an order, you say you are not aware of the judgment of the court of federal high court of Justice Omotosho. Now, you caused a returning date, which was on Monday. The judges exhibited before you the facts. You say, stop, don't exhibit it before me. Keep your gunpowder. You had a window to correct yourself. What if I don't have information truly? And they present the information before me. My duty is to withdraw my ex parte order. You went ahead to extend the life of the ex parte order that you are not supposed to grant ab initio, and did the havoc. That is, you said you want to complete the business you have started. I issued a statement after I granted that order that this is a judge of chop I chop. Chop I chop, and I stand by it.
Governor Fayose, sorry,
yes.
Apologies if the jumping. The NJC have the right to discipline a judicial officer if they see that
I'm going into that, sir. I'm going into that. I'm going into that. Just wait a second. And that was why I told you
I'm going to make,
in 2006
the allegations you made against the court in Ibadan.
Yes.
A court in which Sule Lamido had gone to.
I just want to. You have asked that question. Would you like Nigerians to listen to me? That was why.
Yeah, because I don't want to have one question for one program.
You can
we like to probe because I'm
without wasting your time.
So I blame some of you to say some of you are ready to kill the party.
I am not
and you have declared the death of PDP tonight. It does look like there's an agenda to actually kill the PDP.
I am not speaking for PDP tonight. We're talking about asked me about the judgments of the courts. That was your question. So I listened to him while I was waiting for you to invite me. So I'll come to that. But it's good to give Nigerians the facts. They are in position to judge, not at your fire. What I'm saying to you, Sheung, there must be a background history to every fact. A judge, a CJ, that reviewed the judgments of a court of the Supreme Court. Now today find our way back and became a CJ under a PDP government of Oyo State, a PDP government of Oyo State under Governor Seyi Makinde in 2023. The same judge, you will never assign any legal matter without the CJ. Yes, I believe the three organs of government are working together, but not with this kind of mahuri mahuja, my stealing, my carrying. Now, they went ahead to assign it to a judge that is retiring in less than 1 year. And the judge cleverly told somebody that I don't care, I'm going. I can leave. When I leave, nobody can prosecute. NJC cannot discipline any judge that is no more a judicial officer. That was why I said, let's allow. Why did the judge not assign this case to a judge that can be readily disciplined? Now, they've made a petition against this judge, NJC too, because when I was impeached, when I was removed, let me tell you today, when the CJ appointed by my House of Assembly said, I have appointed the CJ and jettisoned the original CJ. And the CJ, Justice Aladejano, said, I will take the job. I remember the CJ then from Ilorin, I want to remember his name now, wrote a letter and copied me and said, Justice Aladejano, don't trample on justice. You are not the CJ. The House of Assembly cannot appoint you. They were swift into action. That was why Justice Aladejano was disciplined and was exited from judiciary for more than 15 years. And I'm telling you authoritatively today, our judiciary, wonderful. At the same time, an action not taken on time would destroy the whole fabric of the system. It's not about PDP. It's not about APC. How can a judge be sitting, with due respect, on the matters of federal court? You now became an appellate court, and they show you the facts, the publications. Even if you claim you don't know, now you know. Now, the judge equally went as far as assuring the other party that he will wait till Friday. The return date is tomorrow. He will wait till Friday and say, go ahead. Nobody's bothered if you go ahead. Who cares? PDP's problem has been before you. And let me tell you, the current situation is that on the case of the former governor of Jigawa, there are two different actions. Governor Sule Lamido, according to what I read, said he took form to contest. Rather than allow him, you follow due process, you did something else. So it's a different line of action by Lamido. If he were to do the same thing, I'm sure the judge would not touch it. Lamido says, I want to contest as PDP national chairman. It's different from go and do congresses in states where you have not done it. It is one of them. You did kangaroo. As I speak to you, even the person they said won the primaries in their own faction, they have quickly now, they were in the meeting today to change the name of the person that won the primaries. They wanted to put another person overnight, having signed documents that are in public space. Which party does this? Governor Makinde is not a governor of the West. He's the governor for your state, for God's sake.
You are alleging. How are you sure? Because the allegations you are making against Governor Makinde, you are alluding as though Governor Makinde is the court that made the order in Ibadan.
I never said he made the order. Let me get you right.
What happened?
I never said Governor Makinde made the order
by Sule Lamido. An ex-party order is an order court makes when one party appears before the judge to say, please protect me from a possible injury pending the termination of this matter. And the court says, okay, let me say something before you people now appear before me. And that's the position the court held today. But whatever we saw Austin Nwachuku, Ama Abraham Inana, and Tona Alaba George. The judgment they obtained before the Federal High Court in Abuja is a substantive position of the court, which says stop
say to you,
and go and fix the problem, follow the due process.
You are not
so
a
now
lawyer.
The question...
You are not a lawyer. Let me correct you there very quickly, with all due respect. Let me correct you. You are mixing facts. That's still a Federal High Court, not a State High Court. What is in question now is the contradictory misgiving order by the Oyo State judge. The one today is different. It's the Lamido. And where is an order of court issued in ex parte to the best of my small knowledge of the law? I've been in court for too long. Is to prevent and compromise the substance of the matter. Lamido is claiming that he took form, he followed the due process. They are moving on without a consideration of his own input or representation. It is the duty of the court to say, wait, because the election that we're talking about is on the 15th, which is my birthday. Saturday 15th. Today is 11th, about 10th or 11th. In 5 days, if that thing is not saved, Lamido will lose out. It's a different thing. If you give an ex parte order saying that they should go on, that is a different thing, Shehu. They're two different things. I'm not a lawyer, but I have mouth. I know what it's all about. I've been in court in and out, and I understand what it is. The ex parte is on the 15th. PDP, by the order of the court of Oyo State, says they should go ahead. Lamido says, I am supposed to be chairman. I am jettisoned. My rights are trampled upon. Court, protect me. If this thing goes on, the rest of the matter will be destroyed. That is a different ballgame. I'm not talking about that. So I am not here to defend Lamido. But if it is me that wants to be national chairman, and you want to stop me or bypass me, and I have met all criteria, I will come out to tell you, no, court, protect me.
Governor Fayose, we are due for another break. Just give me a moment. We are due for another break. We take a break, everyone. But when we return, to what end? A national convention that should happen this weekend is in now a very tumultuous situation. Where is the way forward? Or where does the PDP go from here? Thank you so much, everyone. We are trying to make sense of where the PDP is going from here. Governor Fayose has been speaking about the situation. But let me allow Dr. Ediola Feso to give us his parting shot. In all of what is happening, my worry is, where does PDP go from here? Are you worried and you see what has become an accusation, allegations of rascality, of illegality, of misconduct? Where does your party go from here? It is this weekend we're talking about, 14th and 15th.
First of all, let me register the fact that I didn't hear one word Fayose was saying, because I would have loved to respond to him appropriately. But everybody knows I'm a serious person who came into politics to make money. He's made money and he can do whatever he wants to do to destroy whatever, given the opportunity to have risen from obscurity. Our party is moving forward. I love to hear everything he said, but not a word of what he said I can respond to. I can tell you clearly, Sean, that this party is moving forward and we shall overcome. You see, our convention is here on the 15th and 16th in Ibadan, and there is no army, nobody, not Fayose, not Wike, not any one of them, not our former governor can stop this moving train, and nobody can stop this whole process. Whose an idea, whose time has come. We're moving to Ibadan on the 15th and the 16th, and whatever they put on our way, we will march over it and re-establish PDP without them.
Ediola Feso, former Deputy National Chairman of the PDP Southwest. Thanks so much indeed. Governor Fayose, let me allow you to send us out of the program with your own parting shot. And you heard what Dr. Ediola Feso said there about the future of party. They said they are moving forward, but what's your own position?
Well, let me first of all say it is wrong of me to join and insult Dr. Ediola Fayose. He's my friend, and I was part of the people who supported him to be the national vice chairman. We forget so quickly, but I will not join issues with him because he's not the issue, I'm not the issue. He shall remain my brother, I shall continue to love him. I will not descend to the arena. The moment you descend the arena, we will not make the sense out of this whole story. Well, let me say to you, when fish decays from the body, you can salvage it. But when the fish decays from head, you cannot salvage it. Currently, the PDP has decayed from the head. So salvaging the PDP is history. Dr. Ediola Fayose said they are continuing. Anybody can continue in illegality, in whatever they choose to continue in. I won't join issues with him. But there is end for a certain man or a certain people. The end will justify these whole stories. Dr. Ediola Fayose and I know each other very well. He knows what I'm talking about. He's my guy. So I understand his peculiarity. Let me leave it like that. But my brother, enjoy your evening, enjoy your romance. That is good. Anyway, Sheung, I've not come here for one day to deceive Nigerians about PDP. And I've not hid the fact that I will never leave PDP. I've not hid the fact that I am a great supporter of the president. He's a Yoruba man. I stand to be corrected. And I've said to you severally that PDP is in trouble. I said this many months, many years ago. I equally came back here and said to you, 3 governors will leave the PDP. After my visit here 3 weeks ago, Governor Diri left, who was actually the chairman of the campaign screening committee or whatever. He left them. I equally remember another governor left. That is Governor Enugu. I can't remember. And the third one is Governor Taraba, who was handed over by the president to the national chairman of APC. Am I correct or wrong?
All right.
Am I correct? So when I come here to say the truth, Nigeria knows I don't play to the gallery. These 3 governors, another one will leave very soon. Oh. Governor Plateau will leave very soon. You may not answer me, but I'm telling you again. After Governor Plateau, another governor will leave. But when I come back here, I will remind you again. The truth is better said to
Governor Fayose, thank you so much indeed. Governor Ayodele Fayose, thank you so much indeed for your time tonight. I appreciate it.
You didn't mention that it's Peter the Rock. You forgot to say Peter the Rock.
That's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Okimale. God bless Nigeria.